Hey everybody, this is Mr. Zones,
And Zach Westy.
and we are going through episode 3 now, which was primarily written by me. You did most of the editing because I was gone by the time you had to do the editing for this one.
Well, this was actually the fourth episode we made, because
Because it took a while for us to get the lines from A. Ellis.
Yeah. Who was, sorry. Who was someone we found on Fiverr?
Fiverr, yep.
Yeah. She was really good. Because, she plays Chrissy. It's Chrissy, right? It's been a while since I've seen this episode.
Yeah.
And Chrissy is an interesting character because she kind of started as like this sort of ditzy sort of character, I would say, and then she kind of just turned into full-on slut, and we just kind of figured that it would be easier to hire a...
Yeah, we found it easier to hire somebody who was willing to do more suggestive voice acting and doing more innocent stuff that they're used to, rather than trying to find a regular voice actor and being like, hey, are you okay talking about sex stuff?
Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, this is the cultural kidney thing.
Yeah, the cultural kidney, the first cold open of the series? No, I guess
no, the second one's even a cold open. I'm pretty sure almost all of them are cold opens, except for maybe your first one. But
yeah.
I think that we keep thinking that there's no cold opens, and like every episode has a cold open.
Well, and this was to like introduce how Westy's now like kind of working for Dragons in the Corn.
Yeah. So whenever we make a scene, there are sometimes variations to a scene, and this was us showing that we could do the same scene 3 different times and show off the variations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even know how that one happened. Try it again. Third time's the charm. All right.
So,
the logic behind
the logic behind that one, I might have to show it off in like a different video. Because it was just almost impossible to explain.
Well, I mean, you threw the glass down the bar, but even though your character fills that glass, the people that made the game thought for some reason that it was necessary to have a separate cup.
Yeah, I almost have to make another video so that it makes sense. So I want to talk about like music real quick in the series, because like I kind of chose all the music tracks to go, and I was super nervous about figuring out like how to do it because I'm not much of a music guy.
Yeah.
I thought I did really well.
Yeah. No, I mean after having watched it and like watching where you put the music in, because I was never a part of that. I never had a complaint about any of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and like for whatever reason, I always think that there's like so many songs in this episode.
There might be.
Yeah.
As far as this episode goes, the genre is romance. In case you haven't noticed the like pretty music and us talking about like the love interest and all that. As I say, love interest as a gun is on the screen.
I mean, you know what? For some people, I'm not one to blame. I'm not one to judge. If you love pistols, that's for you to enjoy.
Were you a kid for a while?
Hey guys, as much as I don't want to interrupt game time, too late.
Do you remember like we nearly like went into explanation as to why Charles was really good at like Russian roulette is because he has a Lucky's rabbit's foot.
Right. Yeah.
And we were like,
we never put that in the show.
Yeah, we never put it in the show. And there was even going to be something where like the Remta High-End leader was going to be defeated by playing a game of Russian roulette with Charles, and Charles just keeps winning because he's lucky.
Right. Yeah.
And that was like one of the endings. At one point in time before I had, I don't know, like before I had like the idea for like an Avengers style ending where we go and gather like all the people that we have met throughout and then have like the big 3 of you, me, and Shovelhead fighting off against the main bad guy.
Right. Yeah. The Russian roulette bit really kind of broke my roommate the first time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He just said to get
That's
groceries.
good.
Like that was gonna tell us what he needed.
Well, we could just go back.
Was that? I'm trying to remember when we wrote about this. I feel like
It's too far.
This was written like right after we were working on episode 2 at the exact same time.
Right. But what I mean is, the part about how we didn't get the list, and so we went out without the list. And I think honestly that was an actual oversight in my part where I was like, wait, we were never given a list of what to get.
Yeah.
So I decided to put that into the script.
Fair enough. So that song that was playing there is from a video.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's in a lot of videos because it's a copyright-free song. But there's this YouTuber that I watch called Lazy Purple who makes these how it feels to play TF2 characters.
Right.
And one of them has like this really funny scene with the engineer, and I just kind of like
Yeah, I guess
took
you're
it from
right.
that and put it into our because I just liked how the music sounded, and I just burst out laughing every time I watch that scene.
Right, yeah.
Strangers.
Right. We should get to know her a little. Gain her trust, see what she's doing here, take her out on a date, let her know she needs to leave for her safety. And then see her off. Make sure she evacuates the city without
And-
getting into any trouble.
Thus the plot of this episode.
Yeah, 70 lines in, and is when the love interest finally gets
I don't think so.
Yeah.
which we didn't realize until we were numbering the lines.
This is the romance episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not falling for that. And if you even think,
There she goes.
Yeah, there she goes.
did she
So
just
in a
walk
bizarre
in?
way, like most of the time in the movies, like sets will like line up with other sets
Mhm.
pretty
they
well.
do.
The only one that doesn't do that is the saloon in the Wild West Street. There is no building in the Wild West Street that looks like the saloon.
Wow.
Right.
Despite
yeah.
the fact that they're supposed to be like in the same location.
Yeah.
There's a bank, which we don't necessarily ever go there, but there's like a bank scene, and there's then the bank, and then there's the jail,
Yeah.
and it's like, what in the world?
Did a little
We use it once in this episode.
alien.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because
use
we
the
can't
bank.
hand off a briefcase in any
Yeah,
other
we
place.
can't hand off a briefcase in Dragons, and I do that all the time with things. I think I even use like a so
Is that, I think that's her first line. Right?
Yes, that
That's
is
the
her
first
first
time we
line.
hear her.
and this is also my fiance provides the voice for the alien there by like gurgling water into a microphone.
Bullshit, but
She did a good job.
Yeah.
well, it appears that Greg might have the hots for her.
Yeah, she's
like-
she's really good with alien noises.
Mhm.
Excuse me, sir. I don't seem to be getting
But yeah, she
anything.
Alice.
ALSH.
Yeah, Alice H did a really good job as Chrissy.
Mhm.
Signals
Yeah.
from like 700
I wonder if she ever watched
galaxies
the
here.
show.
I've actually
I don't know.
been given
Yeah,
it to her.
she could have.
Yeah.
Stand up
I did
male
give her the
citizen
information
and
for
it.
help.
Fair enough.
So, could one of you help me fix my phone?
Which was really unfortunate because she's like the only character that doesn't return because it would have cost
That doesn't work.
Right.
to bring her back. But
I felt.
That ought to do the spirit.
That sounded odd. There was
yeah,
If
yeah,
you
it's
think it'll
it's a
help.
messed up audio line in the actual
Oh,
episode.
okay.
Thanks for pointing it out. Most of the time, people don't notice it, but you know.
Yeah. No, this is my first time hearing it though.
Yeah.
So I've watched this time and time again. So the fact that
Right.
I only noticed it once.
Yeah, so is this like your no? Which one is your favorite episode? Is it still episode 6?
I think episode 6 is probably my favorite overall.
Well, that's fair.
I got it. You're thinking about it all wrong. Women like the strong
Because
side. Watch and learn.
I'm obviously like a fan of episode 7.
Yeah,
I think episode 6 and 7 put together is one of my favorites.
that's fair.
This
Because we tried writing it as one episode and it ended up being way too long.
yeah. Well, I kind of knew like as I was writing it that it was going to be a longer episode, but we can definitely talk about that.
Right, yeah.
That was just
As we're
a
getting
silent
there.
Train wreck. You gotta
Yeah,
be-
basically, I just spent like 20 minutes writing this on like, our characters have no idea how to talk to women.
Yeah.
Quite a face there,
Just
miss.
Is there something wrong with my
reflecting
feet?
reality there.
Sure.
Okay. Well, the phone still isn't working.
I am a human man.
I remember sending this to you, and you were like, "It's so awkward and it's perfect."
I know. I had a love-hate relationship with the script after writing it because
Yeah.
everyone's their own worst critic.
Right.
I was like, this is hilarious, but
So cringy at times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where'd she go?
I loved it.
Great.
This is probably my favorite of like the
Maybe we need
the
to
non
change our approach.
like the
agree.
non-episode
Just
6
give
and
up
7
on most of
episodes.
those.
Yeah, the non-finale bits.
Not
Yeah.
like you were doing any better.
Oh, we can exit normally.
Yeah.
We just can't enter normally.
We can exit normally. We just can't enter normally. So what he's talking about there is that whenever we have like two people enter a scene, which is like a scene in the movies, they will enter normally. But for whatever reason in the saloon, it's the scared entrance.
Yep.
So they'll just come in and it'll be like, "Brr, it's so cold in the desert."
Yeah.
And it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know why it's messed up like that. I don't know if there's a fix for it. I just kind of like always work around it.
Stay over there. Don't move. Stay.
Oh, do you do you remember the original line that you say here in the
Yeah.
script? So originally, I really wanted to like. So in this episode, Greg is revealed to be a werewolf, and I wanted to like. And by this point, we had already like made a majority of episode 2, so it was like too late to go back and like try to put some foreshadowing in there for.
Yeah, especially since I tell Zach straight up that I'm human.
Yeah. Well, you're a human werewolf, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like you're an alien werewolf.
Right, exactly.
What?
And you don't like talking about it.
I don't like talking about it. What happens in Vegas stays.
Yeah, what
in
happens in Vegas
man.
stays in Vegas, man. And so there, like, I was trying to like figure out lines, and that's why at one point he says like, you know, you shouldn't be wearing like that, and it's like,
Is there
oh,
something wrong with
it's
the
because
way I
he's wearing
look?
she's wearing a silver bracelet.
You bashing on her choice of outfit?
If we would have done a better job of like foreshadowing, I probably would have included this line, and it's still like 50-50 as to whether or not I would have kept it. Which is, your character was supposed to say something like, you know, "She's not a dog, Westy," or at least I don't think you are. "She's not a dog, right?" And she goes, "No, please get over here so we can talk." And she's, and you're like, okay, not that I would have a problem with that or anything.
Yeah,
It's like-
exactly.
Yeah, it is.
and it's a bit too much of bestiality thrown at your character there without any context.
Yeah.
Sounds delicious.
Oh man.
No.
Wait for
If I
it.
go get her the
Oh,
drink,
okay.
I leave her alone with Westy. And
Ah,
then
yeah.
they'll take off.
Did she already say her
But I don't
DTF
get
her-
what she asks for.
No, she
I'll
hasn't yet.
Okay.
disappointing her, thus resulting in her never asking for anything.
It's
from
coming
me.
up though. It's like
Yeah,
it's
because
like,
this is
that's
like
the
when she
literal-
changes.
Yeah, that's the
This is when
literal like the snap between the two of them, where it's like just kind of like confused girl who's like lost somewhere, just going,
Drinks on me.
yeah, here it is.
Sure, I'm always DTF for some alcohol.
Oh man,
sad
Alcohol makes
face.
the
yeah,
difference.
sad face. Sorry, that was
Sad
just,
for a
yeah,
long time.
Sad. Probably me just not wanting to cut the scene.
Still in the tuxedo. That wedding was like 6 months ago.
Never takes it off.
Yeah, never take it off.
You just become aware.
Yeah, I just become aware. I mean, I take a bath in a tuxedo, so it's
do.
got to be a clean tuxedo.
Me and one for the lady.
Coming right up.
No hard feelings, right?
Yeah, something tells me she wouldn't have been right. for me.
Because this is the part where we reveal what
Congrats, man.
a
Shovelhead, how are we out of champagne?
yeah,
Yeah,
what a
Shan-
cultural kidney is.
Yeah, champagne and whiskey.
Champagne and whiskey, yeah.
Yeah.
And the reason that we did it that way is because when we were
That's-
selecting the props for my character to hold, we're like, what are the two most like different alcohols
Yeah.
that should ever not like
And we also had to deal with like props that are in the movies as well.
Exactly, that's what I mean. Like when we were selecting the props for my character to hold, we found a champagne bottle and a whiskey bottle, and I was like, that's a cultural kidney. Because we also used like a word generator to come up with cultural kidney.
Yeah, I didn't remember that. Okay, so that's in Nillabog's cabin
Yeah, it is.
because there's no wolf transform scene in the saloon.
Yeah. But yet you can turn your character back from a wolf into a human in the desert, which
Yeah.
happens later in the episode.
I don't think. Yeah, yep. Well,
Yep.
there's a beast roar. It's not a transform
Yeah.
back into.
Right.
You didn't ask. How the fuck would that ever
I love that one.
I think that was probably the first time that I ever broke like in one of these bits.
Oh.
Like when you first showed me that line, I died. Because like even though I helped write most of this, you put in that part, and I laughed
Yeah.
so hard when I first
Yeah,
heard it.
yeah. That's definitely one of my favorite lines.
I'm really concerned for your friend.
So originally, the sound she was supposed to make was like a ripping sound, where it's like she's ripping her clothes off, but I
Yeah.
just didn't have that sound available.
Maybe we could go upstairs and figure out a way to help him a little more Intimately.
Yeah, see,
My-
that's how
my
you know. That's how you
fiance-
know that she was, you know,
Yeah, a
okay
little-
with
yeah, a
doing
little
some of
okay.
the other stuff. Yeah,
Yeah, you.
Entire town, rather than after.
My fiance absolutely hates this line.
Oh, I bet.
Want to be approved.
I mean, if you want to be a prude.
Yeah. Look, I'm unbelievably hard right now. It's her least favorite line.
How do we call
Yeah.
him? Has he ever mentioned something that helps him with stress? The cultural kidney. He says it's always the best drink to have after a stressful day. So we save him in the town by you doing as I initially asked, getting the damn groceries. To be fair, you never
Yeah, this is
specified what
the-
you needed in the first place.
Yeah, because this is what I was talking about, where
Yeah.
the handing off of the because a piece of paper doesn't exist as a prop.
Yep. Well, it does, but it can't be like handed from person to person. So instead,
Right.
we put it in a briefcase, and then it's like, oh well, there's a briefcase swap scene that we know about, so we wrote that into the script.
And this is the bank you were talking
Yeah,
about.
this is the bank set, but nobody but us would even know that.
Right, and then you left the saloon.
Yeah, and I left the saloon with a briefcase, so who's gonna know? But
Exactly.
like I said, it's stitching. I said this in episode 1, where it's like stitching together scenes to make them make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
Right there because my husband is standing
And hopefully, like, people aren't paying too much attention to be
I'm never gonna get
to be like to. So you'll occasionally hear like sound effects over
Let's hope I made this right. Here, Greg.
like what the people are saying. Like they'll say something and they'll go like in the background.
Yeah, those are all things that the actors do in
Yeah.
the game that we can't like
We can.
control to an extent.
Yeah, which is something I figured out like in episode 5 and didn't want to go back and re-record everything because these can be a pain in the butt to make.
Yeah.
And then like when you make something, you go back and try to remake it. It's just never the same, you know.
Yeah.
Sure thing.
And you're just casually just going through that rock there.
Yeah.
What
Texture, clipping.
The one in the furry werewolf costume.
You saw me turn. Right?
I also tried to get away from like so I use this style, this scene. It's like critical
Shit,
talk,
Steve.
which is this scene
Sorry,
right here,
didn't see you
and I use it all the time
Oh,
for
yeah.
two people talking.
To a werewolf.
And I hope most people don't pick up on the fact that it's like the same scene. But you'll notice like they'll like scratch their head, and I really tried to like cut around that as the series went around on.
Yeah.
It also doesn't help that it's the middle of the day.
True.
True.
Yeah.
So you were the werewolf guy? You changed out of your costume fast.
You put
I
your clothes
actually
on
forgot
in a
all about that
split
line.
second.
Yeah,
How
it
excited she
happens.
was.
Yeah.
There.
What?
Well, you know, she's just knowing that she can get out of,
Or what?
Are we doing this?
Yeah,
Doing
you
what
can just
now?
get out of costumes a
I'm
lot
so
quicker,
lost.
you know.
Yeah.
Just take the rest of your clothes off and head upstairs.
In that order.
I mean, it is important to clarify
Wait,
these
I thought you
things.
Yeah, it
You had your chance, but you had to be all noble and saving your friends.
It was
and
really
shit.
difficult to try to
I'm
figure out
right
a way
here,
to
you know.
get Chrissy to
Also,
go away.
You gave up a night with
I
her
feel
to
like we
save
were just like, well,
USA?
you know, she's
Clothes
kind
before
of,
hose.
in a bizarre way, she's kind of the antagonistic
Consider
force
it.
of this
And
episode. Well, she
slightly
becomes
but
the
I'd
antagonistic.
probably do the same
Yeah.
for you.
Well, there's really not an antagonistic
I
like
don't care
force.
who or
No.
what,
Which is fine considering this is supposed to be the romance episode. There doesn't always
Yeah.
have to be an antagonistic force.
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
I'm sure whoever you choose will be very happy.
Well, it's neither of you two.
Ah, shucks, what a shame.
Ooh, that cut me deep.
And I think that was her last line.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
okay.
How did
Yeah.
you become a werewolf?
Hey man, what happens?
Going
in
off in
Vegas
the
stays-
sunset to never be seen
That's just
again.
some
Yep.
questions.
For what it's
She just
worth,
walked away.
I'm sorry I
Yeah.
didn't tell you sooner. It would seem my transformation. Really
Wonder what happened to her horse.
With a girl today.
It was a gas-powered horse.
Oh,
Oh.
don't worry about it. Come on.
Which
Sure.
we could probably talk about that in the episode that it shows up in.
Yes, I
Good
can.
lord.
You are technically in hiding.
To be honest, it doesn't bother me too much. You know, I just gotta say, I've really grown to appreciate our friendship.
Then I think it would be in our best interest to not let another woman get between us again.
I am.
Yeah. Bros before hoes.
Yeah. Apes together strong. Which I'm fairly certain is the name of this scene.
Oh, when you were like making
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Which, oh man, we'd almost have to go into that in like a different episode as to like how we
Yes.
make these.
Fuck.
And so that was episode 3.
Mhm.
You got any further thoughts on it?
I really enjoyed writing it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I really enjoyed making it.
Yeah.
It's like I said, it's still my favorite from the pre-finale episodes.
Yeah, A. Alice H. That's
Yep.
what I thought.
Yeah.
Because I didn't really know how to
My
pronounce
attention.
it, but it was just easier to say it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, there were 5 songs
Yeah.
in this one. Like you were talking about.
Yep.
Alrighty.
All right. I guess we're good.
Yep.
Okay. See you all for the next one.